Pull these 5 levers to level up right now.
Do it with intensity or not at all.
Welcome to the Intensity Podcast. I'm your host, Hans the Hammer Hartleben. We have 5 levers, 5 ways to succeed that you can do from anywhere at any time to turn this ship around. But first, truth, stranger than fiction. Stan Larkin, a 25-year-old man, lived 555 days without a heart. He used a portable artificial heart device he carried in a backpack. It weighed 13.5 pounds. Think of how heavy that is. And it circulated both ventricles. So blood going in, blood coming back. 550 days with no certainty. But he did get out. He played basketball. It says that he lived off campus of the hospital. So I'm guessing close by. But still, no heart in there at all. Larkin was supported by Syncardia, total artificial heart, a device that replaced both of his failing ventricles. The artificial heart was powered by a 13.5 Freedom portable driver. We talked about that, which he carried in a gray backpack. While he was waiting for a transplant, he was able to live outside the hospital and even played basketball. Larkin eventually received a successful donor heart transplant in May 2016. And I looked it up. I can't see if he's still alive. It looks like he is. Otherwise, I think I would have found it. So that is just unbelievable. Man, they can almost do anything these days. So cheer up, let's go. All right, 5 levers you can use to turn your ship around. You've heard a couple, but I don't think you were paying attention. We're going to break down 5 simple yet powerful levers you could pull right now to regain control, rebuild momentum, and reset your life trajectory. These aren't theories. These are proven habits backed by science and psychology that improve clarity, energy, and focus. Number 1, clean and organize your workspace, your battle station. I don't care where you work. I used to pick pickles. I trimmed trees. I still had something I could claim as a battle station. Have some pride in that area. Clean it. If it's a sales desk, take everything off, grab the can of Pledge, spray it, and wipe it off with a microfiber towel. Immediately. Wipe down your phone. They don't have desk phones anymore, do they? Probably. You still call the dealership if we're talking about car sales, which we often are. But clean your room. That's how I fought off one of my biggest depression areas in life. I told you I was putting on dirty socks. That's how bad it was. Not going to the mailbox. Everything was dusty. Everything was dirty. That represented my state of mind. That's where I was. And one day I decided to change it. And it started with cleaning my fucking room. That's where you go to bed. That's where you rest. That's where you wake up. Gotta be clean. Vacuum. Dust. Get out that bottle of Pledge again. Organize everything. No clutter. Because if you have clutter in your room or in your workspace, you have clutter in your mind. Clean it. Tidy up. And the mind tidies up. We got to keep this hard drive nice and clear for big projects. Clutter doesn't just fill space, it clouds your brain. Research from Princeton University found that cluttered environment competes for your attention, reducing focus and increasing stress. Cleaning your room or workspace gives your mind room to think. When you create physical order, your brain mirrors that order internally. It's a visible reset button and the quickest way to regain mental clarity and control. There you go. My daughter, it's a classic story because it was real. Because, as parents, as bosses, we preach a lot. And we believe what we're saying. But sometimes we don't believe 100%, like 1,000%. We don't know that that's going to really work. But my daughter was miserable. She wanted to see a therapist, which is fine. We were going to cross that bridge if we needed to. But I looked around at her room when we were having this conversation, and it was awful. And I was just like, how is anybody going to be happy up here living like this? And I made her a deal. We can go visit that therapist. I can make the phone call. But first, we're going to clean the room. We're going to wash all your clothes. We're going to start there. She argued with me. How is that going to make me feel better? I'm depressed. I said, watch, let's go. Because remember, guys, the sense of accomplishment alone can get you out of depression. Feeling like you're worth something, you did something of value. And needless to say, it worked, and it worked well. And I'll never forget that. That was a big turning point in her life. That day of reckoning, and we cleaned that room from top to bottom. Man, we were all happier. Number 2, do hard cardio twice a week. I said hard cardio. We're not just talking about walking on a treadmill, Stairmaster, jumping jacks. But if you do that stuff hard, and the level I'm talking about is pushing yourself to a 85 to 90% maximal heart rate. So you need to find out, we got to track it somehow. So I got a Garmin watch, I got it last week, but I also wear my own heart rate monitor system, 99.9% EKG accurate. Get a tracking device. Push yourself for 30 minutes hard twice a week. 80 to 90% maximal heart rate. Cardio isn't just for physical health. It's a neurological weapon. Studies from Harvard and the American Physiological Association show that intense cardiovascular exercise increases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, the chemicals responsible for motivation, confidence, and mood regulation. Pushing your body through discomfort trains your brain to push through resistance in life. It builds grit, sharpens focus, and resets your stress tolerance. Boy, does it ever. I started really feeling good in life physically, and I've always lifted weights. I've always used resistance training. Resistance, remember, can come in ways of weights, tires, ropes, your own body weight. can also be claimed as resistance. A push-up. You're pushing your entire body up. A pull-up. A burpee. I'm talking about in addition to resistance training, 2 hard days of cardio. 30 minutes, pushing blood through the extremities and through your heart. Power washing those arteries, if you will. Cholesterol, burn it up, metabolize it. It will lower your blood pressure. It did mine. It actually made my body just less tense to begin with. And I feel it. I was always tense inside. Felt like I had high blood pressure. It was just, there was pressure there. And now I sit and I can just think. Right now, no pressure. Even though I'm jacked up for the Intensity podcast, no tense feeling inside. Really great. And I attribute a lot of that to hard cardio. Number 3, lay out your finances and your monthly bills. You have to know your overhead. Okay, so overhead is a term used in business. The nut to crack, you got to make in sales every month to get in the black. You're in the red until you're in the black. What is that dollar amount you need to bring in each month to pay all your bills? Put gas in your car and eat. Figure out that number. And if you're a business person, you need to know that number. By not knowing that is just completely unacceptable. It's ridiculous. You're going to be shooting darts in the dark every day, every month. Then you end up just bitching and blaming people for your lack of success. Well, what is success? You wouldn't know. Where are your sales? Where are your overhead? We have franchises, and I'm still just boggled by the response I get sometimes when I ask people what their reoccurring payment level is at, their auto pay. That's how many payments are coming through next month. How much? I don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Any guess? Any idea? I think last time it was about here or there. I don't know. No, that's not good enough. Wake up every day and look at this stuff. If you don't have a business, and we're talking about your personal finances, God, think of how important it is to know that number. So if you're hitting that number and you still don't have any money in your bank account, we got to start looking at your other expenses. I'm talking about your reoccurring expenses when I'm talking about your overhead. Those are reoccurring expenses. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. If you go and buy a pair of jeans, that's not a reoccurring expense, or it's not considered a reoccurring expense. Those are extra expenses. So we got to start looking at your extra expenses. But know your overhead first. Without knowing that, you might be going in a hole and you're wondering, why am I charging everything on my credit cards? You can't get out of your credit card debt. You're making the minimal payment, and you're buried. Let's figure it out. I'm a fat guy. Not a fat guy, a little bit. Always working on that. But factual information, not guesses. It's not good enough. Know your shit. Otherwise, we're just hamsters on a wheel every day. Round and round we go till it's time to go. And we go home and do what? Routines can be good, but half of your guys' routines are shit. Oh, I have a routine. So what? It sucks. It's not producing you any success. Change the routine. And in business, how do you have goals without knowing your overhead, without your numbers? How do you have any bearing on your success without knowing what you're doing? Every morning you wake up, when you get to work or at your home office with your cup of coffee, pop your numbers open. Look at your sales from yesterday and compare them to last month. Start putting some goals together. Number 4, listen to business radio or personal growth podcasts Monday through Thursday mornings. This is coming from my experience now. This is where I got the list. I used to listen to music, Spotify, Sirius XM. I'm just listening to some of my favorite genres. So what? It did absolutely nothing for me. On the way to work, what, you heard Poison for the 48,000th time? Does nothing for the psyche. No stimulation, none whatsoever. I listen to Fox Business now, Monday morning. Start listening to what's going on in the world, what's happening with the stock market. What stocks are up? They get experts on why they're up. It matters, especially if you're an investor, obviously. But you can learn from not being an investor. You can become an investor by listening. No more music. Monday through Thursday, the second you get in your car or your office, your home office, if you're able to listen to something, I want you listening to business, radio, or personal growth podcasts. Giving you off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I just heard a stat. Almost 90% of salespeople have never read a sales book. Your industry, your bread and butter. You're wondering why you're not making ends meet, or you're wondering why you're not achieving those goals. What are you doing to succeed? What are you doing to level up your education in your industry? If you're in sales, read a sales book. Listen to a sales podcast. Hear from experts. It's another thing. I was in sales a long time. I saw this people doing the same things over and over. Those fucking routines. They had, in car business, 15 cars a month. Same guy every single month. 15, not 16. Well, that was a great month if you had 16. I see it with our franchise locations. Their numbers are only as big as their mindset is. And the ones that aren't capable of looking at the big picture and opening their mind to something new and trying different methods and changing their routines, they're never going to change. So we got that Monday through Friday, you got it. Number 5, create a list of heavy pressing tasks. Then attack and finish them. Again, that's that clutter. They say the majority of our thoughts come from the things that aren't fulfilled. Those things that are on your to-do list that aren't done. And they've been there for weeks, months. What are you doing about it? You're still thinking about it. You have no idea how much that's clogging up your mind. Move some stuff over. Increase your hard drive space for being creative, for those new ideas. Get rid of this stuff. Psychologists call it the Zeigarnik effect. The human brain fixates on unfinished tasks, drains your mental energy. Write them down and get rid of them. Call it the hit list. Call it the shit list for all I care. Get a list together. Everything that's on your mind that's been sitting there that needs to be done, and kill it. Starting tonight, tomorrow morning. Put the list together tonight. Start executing on it tomorrow morning. Again, it's hard to be creative and think of any type of other plans in life when you have these things weighing on you. An overdue task? It's awful. Kill it. That was number 5. That went quick. The shit list. I call mine the hit list. A little more aggressive, but a lot of things on there are shit. Things you don't want to do. So many times we go to the shiny object. The fun things to do. And we avoid those dark regions, those dark areas that need to be visited. You got to get your hands in there. Do the shitty stuff today. Let me know what you came up with. What's something that was on your list that you attacked today and fucking killed it? Crossed it off. It's not coming back either. You don't need a massive reinvention to turn your life around. Just leverage. These 5 levers are grounded in science, psychology, and real human behavior. When pulled consistently, they compound, creating momentum, purpose, and clarity. Let's fucking go!